not going to be long with this. We have a show. I don't know if it'll be 6 or 7 o'clock, but I think it's going to be 7 o'clock. So you guys stay tuned for that. We got an interesting topic, and originally I wanted to kind of just be absolutely rude and disgusting about it, but I thought about it. Like I really want to hammer down a conversation that needs to be talked about in a manner that is respectful, so to speak. We're gonna be very disrespectful. Don't get it twisted. I'm definitely gonna be very disrespectful in regards to this conversation tonight. But as you see on this particular topic, I don't see. One thing I always say is like, I want to be real and I want to be honest about some shit. And like I said, it won't be a particularly long, about 15 minutes or so. But I wanted to get this shit out. I really wanted to get out because I'm seeing a lot of disrespect. And I think it's quite fucking disgusting, to be honest. And you probably heard me say this shit before. But this is where I have a fucking problem. And I'm not gonna say that I didn't see myself saying this in time, because like I said, in time things happen. Players retire, players, they end up retiring, they're no longer in the game anymore. So I never say never when it comes down to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with Matt Ryan, I was wrong about Matt Ryan, retirement in the Atlanta Falcons. Like that situation really hammered home for me the things that I already knew, but it really hammered home. Like, you can have the greatest career in the history of a franchise and still be, look, that shit means nothing. We've seen guys like Jerry Rice. I mean, he's arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time. He didn't finish his career with the 49ers. We seen Joe Montana being taken away. Like, this dude had 5 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowls, and he didn't retire he was ended up traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, we've seen this time and time again with quarterbacks, and players. Deion Sanders, the greatest defensive corner in the history of the league. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Prime is the greatest cornerback of all time. You can argue with your mammy, you can argue with the screen, you ain't argue with me. Prime is the greatest cornerback of all time. So when you got players like this that end up, leaving for whatever reason, you have to have a better respect for the games when things change. And then I'm looking at players like, let me simplify. Like, I like quarterbacks. Okay, I love the game of football, so I have a respect for what guys are and have what they've been. And one of the things is 2 things right now that really pisses me off. Okay, I don't give I don't care how people feel about this. I really don't. Okay, but I'm seeing people saying some wild stuff. I see somebody talking about Jalen Hurts is influential and Lamar Jackson is influential, as if Cam Newton never fucking Cam Newton. As if Cam Newton haven't done all this shit that everybody talked about. All this weak ass shit that Lamar Jackson doing, Cam Newton did the shit first. What's going on, Alex Corbin? Cam Newton did all this shit that we talking about. Quarterbacks rushing for 600, 500 plus yards in the season, throwing for 3,500 yards. Cam Newton was doing that. And then we got these punk motherfuckers up here praising Lamar Jackson for doing what Cam did. Y'all literally redefine the stat that Cam Newton did, that Steve Young did, all these guys did before. Everybody asked, do y'all remember Mark Brunell? Raise your hands in the air if you remember Mark Brunell. Anybody remember Mark Brunell? Steve Young? Like these quarterbacks, like these guys have, like their legacy in the game means absolutely nothing. Jalen Hurts getting praised for what? These whack-ass touchdown, 1 yard inch touchdowns. The motherfucker had like 10 1-yard touchdowns in a fucking season, and y'all praising them for that bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? I've seen Cam throw for 25 touchdowns and run for 10, 15 touchdowns in a fucking season. Like John Elway, like these guys, the legacy and what they've done in the league means nothing. But we got this circus clown in Baltimore that all he does is check down the tight ends and check down the running backs, and these dudes get praised. Jalen Hurts ran the fuck. Look, this motherfucker got by 8+ touchdowns in the last 2 years doing the goddamn what you call that shit? Whatever that goddamn thing, that quarterback sneak shit. We praising guys for doing that. Calling the same play like it's Madden or something. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Act like Cam wasn't the first guy to rush for 500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a fucking season. Act like he don't even fucking exist no more. Y'all think I'm gonna let one of the Atlanta legends get smoked by a fucking a retread? Because that's what Lamar is. Ain't nothing about his game that we have not seen already. The Randall Cunningham, the Cam Newtons. Y'all act like Cam Newton didn't hit. One thing I can say about Cam, he actually threw to his wide receivers. Cam threw to his wide receivers, okay? He didn't check the ball down to running backs. He didn't check the ball down to tight ends and throw the 4 tight ends in the goddamn game. He actually threw to goddamn Steve Smith and all his guys at wide receiver. Are you fucking kidding me? And y'all trying to erase his legacy for fucking Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson? Are you fucking kidding me? One thing I would never say about Cam Newton is he did not get the ball to his wide receiver. He knew how to get the ball to his wide receiver. And the fact that y'all trying to erase his fucking legacy? Are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing? Like, come on, bro. And like I said, I made, look, him not following on that fumble is something that he got to live with for the rest of his life. And I get it. That's a bad moment. But I've seen bad moments from Matt Ryan. I've seen Matt Ryan throw 5 interceptions in games. I've seen Matt Ryan get sacked damn near 10 times in the game. I've seen Matt Ryan not even throw a touchdown. Like, I've seen some bad moments. And a lot of quarterbacks. I've seen Drew Brees go 13-3, like 3 consecutive years, and they still couldn't get to a Super Bowl. So quarterbacks have their moments. Players have their moments. But what I'm fucking disgusted is really people are literally trying to act like Lamar Jackson, the first quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards and rush for how much? 500 plus yards in a season? Act like Cam Newton didn't do any of that? Come on, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Like Cam Newton don't like y'all really trying to erase Cam Newton's legacy, and that son of a bitch, Ryan Clark say he's the first authentic black quarterback. Lamar Jackson, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is Cam Newton? He look like a 6'5" nigga to me. So Cam Newton isn't an authentic black man. Are we serious? Cam Newton in his rookie year throw for 4,000 yards. Let me say this again, okay? Let me say this again for you Negro-its. That's all on this Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts nut sacks. And all these newborn quarterbacks all of a sudden, oh, they can rush for 1,000 yards. Look at Jaden Daniels. He's so good. We ain't never seen nothing like him. Bullshit. Holler if you hear me. When you talk about a guy like Cam Newton that come in his rookie year and throw for 4,000 yards, that nigga ain't did that. None one of them niggas ain't did that. Excuse me, let me say it for the people that don't like to hear us use those words. Let's like those guys haven't done what Cam Newton has done. Okay, I don't recall Lamar Jackson throwing for 4,000 yards in his rookie season. 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Yeah. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about how this guy had not only 4,000, but 2 seasons back to back with 700 yards. So Lamar, like Cam Newton, not only did he throw for 4,000, but he ran for damn near 1,000 yards. 706 his rookie year. And then the following year, 700, 500, 500, 600, 700 again. So this guy, like this guy, when we talk about Cam Newton, I don't like to see niggas, okay, Negroes like Ryan Clark try to put Lamar Jackson on this pedestal, like to put Jalen Hurts on this pedestal as if they are something new and exciting that we've never seen before, and totally disrespect the legacy of guys like Dante Culpepper, Cam Newton, Randall Cunningham, Mark Brunell, Steve Young, John Elway. Like, we've seen these guys like rush for 400 plus yards, throw for 3,500 plus yards in the season. We've seen this before. And never mind that Lamar got a whole nother year. He got a whole nother game to make those numbers come true. He got to know. Look, he got a whole nother game worth of stats to do that. More games now, and people are wondering why the stats are different. That's why it's different. There's more games now. So I got a major problem with that. I got a major problem with people saying that. What's going on, cuz? What's going on? How you doing, sir? Cuz, Georgia, Texas boy. This new era of football. Yes, it is. Cam still mad Falcons. And the Falcons didn't give. Cam did less. And like I said, I like, that's the thing. Cam, they had a good defense. They didn't put too much in their offense in Carolina. They had D. Will, and I forget the other what was the running backs? But they had two It's on the tip of my tongue. But they had two terrific running backs to go with them. Moose and they had Steve, Shockey at point. Like he's had weapons, but like those guys started to get older, and Cam pretty much had to carry the load for the most part for Carolina. Like Keyshawn said, Cam Newton in his prime is better than Lamar and Jalen Hurts. And like I said, we saw Cam Newton when the rules started changing. Like now you can't even touch Lamar and them guys no more. Like Cam had something available. He one thing about Cam Newton is that the refs were punishing Cam. I got to be real about this. They were punishing Cam because he was a big 200, 40, 50 pound quarterback, 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", and he was running over linebackers. And the refs, when Cam would get knocked the fuck out, they wouldn't call the same thing for Cam Newton because they said he was too big, and quarterbacks who become a runner now, like they're not privileged to the same type of hit that everybody else with every other quarterback. So Cam took on a whole lot of punishment. Now, a lot of that is his own doing because he didn't necessarily try to protect himself. He tried to punish a lot of those guys. But at the end of the day, you still got to call it what it is. Cam had to do those types of things. So when I'm looking at Lamar, it's like, look, motherfuckers are scared to touch Lamar. That tush push bullshit, motherfuckers up there racking up 10 touchdowns in a season with a fucking tush push. Talking about he's a great quarterback. At what? Ain't nothing great about Jalen Hurts. And like I said, Lamar Jackson, look, they asked that man just not to do, just don't fuck it up. We'll win the game if you just don't fuck it up. The best thing about Lamar Jackson game is that he does not take chances, and he does exactly what he does. Like this motherfucker Southside said he gonna break the record for the most 1-yard touchdown by a quarterback. Man, like what I'm saying, bro. Like y'all really sitting up here, like people are really sitting up here saying all this crazy stuff about Cam Newton. Like y'all just erase his name out, and Ryan Clark said he's the first. Lamar Jackson is the first authentic black quarterback. Are you kidding me, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Tay David, what's going on, brother? Mike Vick, like what are we talking about, man? Like this, Deshaun, what's going on, Deshaun Dotson? Marquise, what's going on, brother? Like Lamar Jackson is the greatest. He is the greatest mobile quarterback of all time. I don't agree with that at all. Lamar is very good at what he's asked to do. He's elite at what he's asked to do. But he's not the greatest mobile quarterback of all time. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but there has been no quarterback in this league that has been better than Michael Vick at what he does. Michael Vick is the greatest mobile quarterback of all time. Nobody at that position was able to do the things that he was able to do. Nobody. Ever. It was effortless. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks, but I've never seen people were able to do the things that he was able to do. It's disgusting to see how Ryan Clark disrespect the great the great Mike Vick, talking about he's the greatest mobile he's the greatest authentic black quarterback of all time. Like, what are you talking about? As if Cam Newton, Randall Cunningham, Mike Vick don't exist. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Like, people will say anything these days because they love their players. Andrew Luck is another one of those guys that was able to pass the pass, and he was able to run. Like, that dude was hella athletic. But unfortunately for him, that Colts offense, they couldn't block him worth of shit. Like, Andrew Luck was hella athletic. It's so disrespectful to say Lamar Jackson is the greatest mobile quarterback of all time. It's so disrespectful because so many other players, they have their own style, but a lot of these guys were so much better than Lamar. Cam helped take that team to a Super Bowl. Like I said, man, look, they had a pretty good defense, but you know what we seen time and time again, great defense is not enough to just get to the Super Bowl. You still got to put up numbers. You still got to score. And what Cam did, he put them in. Look, if Carolina was in the red zone 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, so they was gonna score a touchdown. Russell Wilson. I mean, I think too with Russell Wilson, like I think he get disrespected as well as a black quarterback, mobile quarterback that was able. Like, if you look at his numbers, this dude putting up incredible numbers himself. I don't think Lamar Jackson will ever catch Russell Wilson's number. That's the crazy thing about it. Nobody even brings up Russell Wilson, but we got people out here labeling Lamar Jackson the greatest black quarterback of all time. Are you kidding me? Russ Wilson didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, he didn't put up multiple big time years where he passing for 3,500 yards. He hasn't done that multiple times. He's done so. So it's incredibly disrespectful to just say Lamar Jackson is the best authentic black quarterback of all time. That's crazy. Steve McNair, like, what are we talking about, bro? Yeah, we know Ryan Clark is look, Ryan Clark ain't all there. And Tay Davis said, respect who came before you, and that's it. It's very disrespectful. It's insane for me to sit back and listen to people disrespect Cam Newton like that. Because if you look at Josh Allen, like, Josh Allen is a slightly better passer than Cam Newton was. His style of running is Cam Newton. That's the crazy part. It's Dante Culpepper. Like, Dante Culpepper, if y'all ever seen him play, when he was healthy, like, that dude was a damn good quarterback. Jonathan Stewart, that's who I was. Williams. I want to say Deshaun Wilson. I don't know why I want to say Deshaun Wilson. Williams. Big E Mac, what's going on? Like, it's so, like I said, when I see people say that, like, it's the craziest thing when I sit back and I listen to people like Ryan Clark and a lot of these fans just act like Cam Newton just never existed. They act like, you know, Steve Young wasn't one of the first ones to put up 3,500 yards and 500, 400, 500 yard rushing in the season. Like, quarterbacks weren't really doing that. And then you want to label Lamar Jackson a Hall of Famer for what? We had quarterbacks doing that before he came. Ain't nothing Lamar doing is special. Nothing. Nothing he's doing is special. This dude putting up 40-something touchdown because they ain't throwing the ball. They got some of the, look, The Baltimore Ravens, when you look at their passing attempt, it's always near the bottom. There's a reason for that. They're always near the bottom or halfway. 15 and below in passing. They don't pass the ball a lot. There's a reason why that. Because he ain't a quarterback. They're not going to ask that Negro to throw the ball 50, 60 times in the game. How many times have you seen Baltimore passing the ball 50, 60 times in the game? I know it's going to hurt y'all feelings about Lamar. I know it's going to hurt you, and I don't give a flying, you know what. The truth is the truth. If a quarterback is not passing the ball for 50, 40, 5 plus times in the game, I don't want to hear nothing about him being a good quarterback. Because what great quarterbacks do, it don't matter when you know they going to throw the ball. They still going to throw the damn ball, and they still are going to be successful with it. That's when you know got a good quarterback. Because when it's time to throw the ball, guess what's going to happen? They're going to make plays throwing the ball. And I don't mean running around for 15 seconds from sideline to sideline to sideline looking for somebody wide open. Because that's how he get a lot of his yards. He runs from sideline to sideline, stand there for 15 seconds, move to the left, run again, move to the right, run again. Look, that's Lamar Jackson's whole last season. That's why he threw for 4,000 yards. And the crazy part about it, he barely did that. You gotta have an extra seat. You have to have an extra game for you to throw for 4,000 yards. You gotta have an extra game in order to throw for 4,000 yards. What are we talking about? And then you look at his averages as a quarterback. This dude averaging like 250, less than 250 yards per game throwing it. So stop with the Lamar Jackson and the Jalen Hurts and all these guys, the first authentic black quarterbacks. Because I'm saying this from a lot of McNabb is another one. Like, yeah, bro, like, what are you talking? D'Angelo Williams. I don't know why I was thinking Deshaun Williams, but D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart. Like, bro, like, come on, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that to Cam. Y'all not just gonna ignore what Cam was doing. There's only a handful of quarterbacks in this league that are threw for 35 plus 100 yards in the season and rushed for over 500. We got running backs in the game that has not rushed for 500 yards in the season. But this dude passed and rushed multiple times. Cam Newton did in the season, but look, ran for 500 plus and give you a 3,500 yard plus. Like, what are we talking about? Are you kidding me? Night Whisper, be forgetting about the OGs. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Deshaun Watson did the same thing. Like, bro, what are we talking about? And Kev, that's what I'm talking about before I end it. Like I said, man, I appreciate about it, but the disrespect for the OG black quarterbacks is disgusting. We will not forget about Dante Culpepper, Steve McNair, Randall Cunningham, Cam Newton. Like, as if these guys don't even exist. As much as I hate like this, he didn't have a long career, but Aaron Brooks put up some damn good numbers, passing and running. Like, we got to stop with the disrespect, bro. We got to stop with the OG quarterbacks. Act like Lamar's the only thing that matters. No, Cordell Stewart, everybody Slash was doing it. It's a slap in the face for Doug Williams and Warren Moon. Like, bro, we got like at least 10 quarterbacks in the history of the game that African American, aka black quarterbacks, whatever you want to call yourself, that'll put up great numbers. Are you kidding me? And to say Lamar Jackson is the greatest mobile quarterback and quarterback of all, get the freak out of here, man. Come on. So, like I said, man, I'm gonna end it right here. Um, no, we talk about Slash, okay? And let's say Slash was not a terrible quarterback. They use him all over the place. What I'm saying Slash for is not, oh, he's a Hall of Famer, but we've seen Lamar before. Nothing Lamar is doing is any different from what we've seen from quarterbacks. Slash was playing quarterback, okay? He was playing quarterback, receiver, punt returner, running back. Like, we look, all this shit that you seeing from him, we seeing from that. We saw it with Slash. Like, we saw this. We saw this from Slash. Okay? We saw this. You can say whatever you want to say, but I Slash threw for 3,000 a couple times. Okay? They used him all over the place, Pittsburgh did. So y'all can say whatever you want to say about Slash, but look, we saw this from Lamar before. Byron Leftwich is another one of those guys. Like, it's so many quarterbacks that led up to this point, and that's what the conversation is. Y'all just forgetting about the OG quarterbacks, okay? And everybody can place each quarterback where they want to fit, but what we gotta stop doing is trying to disrespect the black quarterbacks that came before Lamar as if Lamar is the only thing that matters. Like, it's to the point where people already itch Michael Vick out of that greatest. Y'all try to erase Michael Vick out of that greatest mobile quarterback of all time. Ain't nobody more electrifying at that quarterback position than him. He's the most electrifying quarterback that this league has ever seen. And that's fine. I didn't say compete. I didn't say the best. But we got to stop trying to act like Lamar Jackson is something special. Ain't nothing special about Lamar Jackson, okay? Just here to tell y'all, nothing. We've seen this before. One thing I always give credit for Baltimore and Lamar Jackson for doing, they came up with a plan that works for him, and he does not make a lot of mistakes in the regular season. But when it's time for him to be a real quarterback, when it's time for him to step up and make a play in the playoffs, he fails every single time. And that, my friends, is the bottom line, because Mad Mike said so. And that's all I got to say about that. And like I said, y'all stay tuned for us. We got another conversation coming up soon. We're going to go live 6 or 7 o'clock. I got to see what Kev going to want to do, but I think it'll be 7 o'clock. Do about an hour before we get, so everybody can watch Raw. But we will be going live, and we're going to be talking about the Quintorez comment. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Quinteros, yeah, bro. Like, you really showing your true colors now. The true colors shining through. It's like your true colors shining. His true colors are shining through right now. Quinteros, I cannot believe you saying the shit that you said. I mean, if you don't know what we're talking about, you will see soon. And that, my friends, is the bottom line, because Mad Mike said so. Continue to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports. If you enjoyed this show, hey, man, do not be afraid to tell some of your peeps. During the regular season, we do have shows where you can come on and speak your piece, especially with our post-game shows. And we're going to have some shows where we're going to be dedicated to y'all when, if y'all want to get some things off your chest, we will have that open. So that has ended this show. I just wanted to get that out about Cam Newton, the disrespect for Cam Newton. And I know a few Carolina Panthers fans, Cam Newton fans, gonna enjoy this. So I did that. But like I said, you gotta stop trying to disrespect Cam Newton like he was just some fucking bum ass screw up. That right there has to stop. The disrespect for black quarterbacks of the past is insane to me. It really is insane. And that's all I got to say about that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to join and get exclusive takes, hit that membership button. All right. If you subscribe, you'll see a plus sign, and it's just $1.99. All right, just $1.99 a month. All the proceeds goes into making this channel continue to grow. We almost got Sam, OG Sam. He's got his channel, Juan, Coach. I'm sure that y'all guys have seen Coach's show. We got the regulators. We got the, we also have the international birds coming. We got Will. He gonna get his shows. William Waddell from Scotland. We're going to get his show coming up real soon once he gets a little bit more acclimated to things. We're going to get his show going, but that's all I got to say about that, man. We're going to start seeing a little bit more Falcon content creators on Will's show to open things up, and as well as here. So y'all got any ideas of who y'all would like to see over here? Just let us know. In the comments. Continue to support your boy here, man, Mike Sports. But stay tuned for tonight's show, and that's the bottom line, because I motherfucking said so. Peace.